Hey, it's you and me.
Let's go. Is your heart breaking yet? Because mine sure is.
Mine has died 3 stories ago.
3 stories ago. I thought it died over and over again, but yeah, sure. we'll just let it be.
The true death, it's like, beating a dead horse. That's what's happening to me.
God. It's a horrible image to give our viewers.
Okay, then don't. It's like
Don't abuse animals, guys. It's okay.
it's just common saying.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
I'm just gonna start reading. The Pacific Railroad's last spike ceremony was drawing near by the day. That day was coincidentally the deadline the two of them had set for themselves, Jacopo to confront his wife and the white-haired girl to wait for him. And as that day approached, she continued to write letters. She wrote the letters purely by force of habit, despite having been worn visibly thin. I expect that she could not stop, that the act of writing was all that kept her from going mad. By forcing her attention on another person through her letters, she was able to maintain her grip on herself. But that day would put an end to her suffering and despair. When the railroad was completed, all their misunderstandings would be cleared up.
What day, though?
They would return to the smiling, happy couple they had been when they were first married. The harsh winter would finally come to a close, melting away into the past and allowing them to step into the future. With constant prayer in my heart, I impatiently awaited the railroad's opening ceremony. I did not, after all, wish for anyone to fall into any kind of misfortune. And that goes for you as well, Master. Now, Master, the door is soon to be shut upon this era.
Thank goodness.
Are you prepared to see what happens next?
Not really, but we'll just get it over with.
I see. Very well. Then allow us to make our way into that final day. See with our own eyes, Master, how this tale concludes. Is this really the end?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. It feels like it's been forever.
It feels like we've been here for ages. Maria going crazy. Oh, Jacopo going mad.
Like, this story is significantly shorter, right? It feels shorter, but it...
No, I feel
Not
like
for
it's
too
the
long.
same. I think it's just because we've been being appropriate about it, taking breaks and stuff. It seems about the same. But it will be less in our videos because these are the only videos that we actually extended the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Anyway. Master. Wow, that was out of habit. And please, do not let go of my hand. The night before the opening ceremony, the master of the house headed for his wife's shed. There was a tension on his face, but a surety in his step. He had found the resolve to speak with her. Having locked her away for so long in the shed, like a common prisoner, Jacopo was hardly optimistic about what she might say to him. He had undeniably mistreated her, said heartless and cruel things to her, and even gotten physically violent with her. His actions were inexcusable, even if they were in response to her infidelity. Of course, the very infidelity which had driven him to such behavior had not, in fact, taken place. But he was unaware of that. There was a chance they would never reconcile their misunderstandings, and that this predicament would not have a positive resolution. But he still clung to a tiny fragment of hope. He wanted to start over with the white-haired girl, to make a new future with her. With that desire burning strong in his heart, he stood before the door to her shed and called out to her. Are you awake? It's me, Jacopo. May I come in? I won't hurt you. I will not raise my hand against you again. I swear to you, I will do no harm. I just wish to speak. I would like to have a calm, rational conversation. And as such, I will not enter your room until you have given me your permission. So may I please come in?
Character development. I love character development.
He waited too long, though!
He did.
Oh, is
She's
dead?
gone. Or did she die?
Oh, maybe. We'll see. You won't even give me a response? Alright. Considering how you must feel about me, I shouldn't be surprised. Fine. Then you don't have to let me in. But please at least hear me out. No, check on her. Check on her. These are gonna be empty words again!
Yep.
No.
She's either not there, dead, unconscious, or sleeping still. Those are the options.
And none of them are good.
No.
Or she's so shooketh that she's standing in shock, unable to fathom that she's actually hearing her husband finally.
Unfortunately, I very much doubt it, but that is a sweet thought.
That's not the case, but we'll believe it for now. Oh. Do you remember the day shortly after we first met, when we went on our honeymoon? If you could even call that little walk we took a honeymoon. I was unable to do anything nice for you then either. I had no experience, no idea how to interact with an upper-class woman like you. I didn't know what I should do for you. And yes, I know, that makes me sound juvenile. I have a tendency to say things I don't mean the more perturbed I get. I'm sure I said things to hurt you numerous times that day. However, at the photography shop, when you saw that phenakistoscope, you smiled for me. I was genuinely pleased in that moment. I felt like I had gotten closer to you. I very much doubt that was actually an appropriate present for a noble woman like yourself. Jewels or flowers or something like that. Something beautiful. But I've certainly suited you better. I just really hate how he's most likely talking to the air right now.
Yeah.
I kind of want her to be dead on the other side just so he finally realizes, oh man, I really goofed up. I want him to feel bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But then he would never know the truth at the same time.
Yeah, there's no happiness with this story no matter what we do. Anyway. And I knew that, but I assumed you would have been given gifts like that countless times in the past. You are, after all, a beautiful woman. I did not want to have to compete on the same field as those other men. I wanted to be special. No, I wanted to be unique to you. No one had ever shown you anything of that sort before, had they? Frankly, I wasn't sure if a woman of your status would take any interest in a phenakistoscope at all. I imagine you'd throw it out by now. But I choose to believe you sincerely liked it on that day.
She said it in the letter. Who else would give her a Fennecis wheel?
She didn't even say it by name, she just said gift.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I'm so mad she never went into specifics. Whatever. That, if just for a moment, I caught your eye. Even if you started seeing other men afterwards. That moment was real, wasn't it? Our marriage was, at its core, nothing but an arrangement between our parents. An exchange of money and influence. That was how it began. But that day, I loved you. I yearned to see your smile. As if I had loved you my entire life. The Pacific Railroad has finally been completed. That's the project I've been funding. Everyone thought it was crazy, but a railroad now stretches across the breadth of this country. A joining ceremony will be held tomorrow. It's going to be a grand event. Locally, they're planning on doing a gun salute. and the sound of the last spike being driven into the ground will be transmitted across the country via telegraph. I have procured. I have procured. What can I say it?
It's just a weird word. Procured. I have procured. Hold on. I sneeze. I have a lot sneeze. Sneezes today.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
No need to be sorry. Jacopo, though, he has lots to be sorry for.
Well, okay, so it seems like this is the day before the ceremony, right? So she should still be waiting until the ceremony,
Unless
right?
her body gave up on her. Because she's been getting skinnier and
Yeah.
frail and dying.
Yeah.
Where's Maria? I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure she wouldn't have told him if she did die, so...
Up to something, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've procured a telegraph, so we can listen to it in the mansion. In your condition, you would probably have trouble handling the crowds at the telegraph station. But here, you can celebrate in the comfort of your own home. That, sir, shed is not a home.
No.
I suppose what I'm saying is, I want to celebrate this with you. I had made arrangements to make that possible for you, because I wish to have you there, with me. Would you be willing, tomorrow, to celebrate the completion of the Pacific Railroad with me?
There was a trash can
Darn
the whole time.
you.
And I don't know, so just say it one more time
The
from
whole
the beginning.
thing?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Ooh, so mad.
How are you mad? I'm just sad at this point.
Because none of this had to happen.
Yeah, that is true.
And the fact that she's not responding is really concerning to me. And I know he has to be. He's just talking to the air.
Yeah.
There's no way that she's listening to this somehow.
Yeah. No.
She's dead. She's dead. It's still out there.
It's still out there haunting me, the trash can. Stop it.
Think we're good?
I think we're good.
No.
No.
It's doing a little vroom vroom.
Vroom, vroom. We gotta be a little happier in this moment, cause it's so sad.
There's no happiness. Anyway, I think we're good. Ow, my neck. I gave myself a whiplash.
Oh no.
Would you be willing, tomorrow, to celebrate the completion of the Pacific Railroad with me? Would you be there at my side?
She's not there.
Please, say something. I want to start over. I know very well what I've done to you. You may be at fault yourself, but what I did is unacceptable.
Jacopo, my pal, my lovely child, you are breaking Mother's heart. I'm glad you at least accept your faults at this point. But I think it's too late, my boy.
Yeah. But what I did was a consequence.
It was a consequence.
Was a consequence of my overpowering love for you. I swear it. Why? Why will you not answer me?
Because she's dead.
Say something, anything. Please, please.
Just go in there, please.
Please, I'm afraid for her. What if she killed herself?
Aww.
Anyway, can you hear me in there?
You can.
You can hear me in there, can't you? If you don't want to, you could just say no. If you do reject me, I'll set you free. I won't hurt you, I promise. The door. It's not locked. Who opened it? Hello? A humid spring breeze brushed against his cheeks.
It sounded like you said human, and I'm gonna let you say that again.
A humid That'd be real ironic if you, if you catch my drift.
Oh.
A humid spring breeze brushed against his cheeks. The drawn lace curtains appeared to glow in the gentle moonlight. The white-haired girl was not in her room.
It was her final day. She walked away. I was hoping.
Where have you gone? Stupefied.
That what?
Stupefied, he glanced about his wife's chambers. To my eyes, the neatly organized room appeared no different than any other day. But to his eyes, it was pale and hollow. For the one who was supposed to be there, who was supposed to be waiting for him, was not present. He could not hear her voice from anywhere in the shed. In its place echoed a dry rustling. A sad, pitiful, empty whisper of a noise. It came from the lone object left abandoned atop her desk. The Fenna keys to skull. It was the one present Jacopo had ever given the white-haired girl, a toy made of paper. When spun and viewed in a mirror, it created the illusion of a man and woman dancing. You still had this? That's ridiculous. I assumed you had thrown it out. The white-haired girl had evidently made considerable use of the phenakistoscope. The paper was visibly worn and tattered, warped in places, and had even begun to yellow. It spun slowly in the wind, rustling and rustling and rustling, spinning in an endless reminder of the day the year before. Though there was no longer anyone around to look through it. Why? But you were with other men. Why would you keep something I gave you? It's so worn. Why? A letter.
Oh, please tell me this is actually a letter that's not
Altered.
Yes.
One can only hope.
Not that it would really change anything, and it's still a sad moment, but, at least he'll know that she never really hated him, and she loved him the whole time.
Yeah. Beneath the ever-rotating phenakistoscope lay a single sheet of paper. As if drawn to it, he scanned the contents of the parchment. It was a letter addressed to Caro mio Jacopo. The salutation, written in his native language, translated as follows.
My beloved Jacopo.
Oh, she looks awful.
Did the fruits of your dream turn out as they had hoped? Why is it so weirdly spaced?
Translation error?
Maybe. I am sure it was wonderful and impressively fast. A train that can travel across the continent as large as this is like something out of a story. I wish I could have been there to see it. I'm sure it would have been quite pleasant, like the day you gave me the Fenacus wheel. Am I being presumptuous? I'm sorry. I thought I would keep waiting for you forever, no matter how much you hated or ignored me. But I made up my mind, so I'm sorry. I decided I would wait for you until the railroad was completed. I foolishly thought that you might invite me to the opening ceremony, but it seems I am not good enough for you. I'm going to take my leave of your house, so you needn't concern yourself with me any longer. However, I do have one request. Please do not forget about all the letters I wrote. Think back on them from time to time. Do not burn them all, for they contain my thoughts, my feelings, my words, a record of my love for you. Remember, when you can, that I was always watching you. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble writing. My ears are ringing. There's a voice whispering to me, calling me a witch. Maybe it's your voice. My vision is blurred. I'm not even sure what is going through my mind. I'm sorry, this was all I was able to write for you. I'm truly sorry. I will leave the Fennecis wheel behind. It was my dearest treasure. Farewell. I loved you. May 8th, 1869.
What? What the heck is this? He was visibly rattled, and unsurprisingly so. The mention of the Transcontinental Railroad's opening ceremony, the letter she had written her dearest treasure, her profession of love for him.
I just realized something. I'm so sorry.
What?
Maria was her only connection to the outside world. She probably said the day was different a day in advance. Elle didn't have any more connection to the world. She didn't know what day it was anymore. Maria probably told her it was the wrong day.
He can at least get that through his head. That she was the only person she was talking to.
That he was the only person she was talking to, is that what you meant?
No, that Elle was the only person Maria was the only person Elle was talking to.
Oh. Yeah. I hope he puts the pieces, please. It's Maria, please, dude, just... Did you read this? I don't even know anymore.
Do it again if you like.
Did you read it? I
did.
don't remember. Okay.
And above all, the mangled text that appeared to have been written by someone not entirely in their right mind. Everything about it served to amplify his befuddlement. You waited for me? How can that be? The joining ceremony is tomorrow. That hasn't happened yet. Why did you have to leave then? I'm here, I came for you just as I planned. The ceremony's on the 10th. A second later, Jacopo gasped.
Please tell me you put the pieces together.
The date written on the letter was the day prior, May 8th. Originally, the ceremony was planned to be held on May 8th, 1869.
Oh, no. Oh, to date that. Oh.
However, due to bad weather and a labor dispute, it had been postponed for 2 days. This can't be. I made sure you were informed. I had Maria.
The madame is having an affair.
Maria, no, you couldn't. Scattered fragments of memory began coming together in his mind. Maria was the only one who had informed him of his wife's supposed unfaithfulness. And though the letters had not been addressed to him, thinking back on it, they had all been about him.
I'm glad you finally realized. But it's too late.
A bit late, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
In one letter, she had mentioned treasuring a gift. Jacopo had assumed it meant a gift from another man. But in fact, she had been referring to the phenakistoscope sitting atop her desk, still spinning in the wind. At long last, he finally made that connection. And at the same time, he realized that the only person who could have altered the letters was someone they both trusted, Maria. Never. She never, even once, betrayed me. She was not unfaithful at all. She waited, unwaveringly, for me. And I refused to believe her. I caused her pain, again and again. But his realizations came far too late. The white-haired girl's spirit had broken, and she was no longer at the mansion. He had caught on to Maria's machinations.
Had he? Machination. Is that right?
Isn't that the word we looked up earlier?
Oh, I don't remember.
I'll look it up again.
Oh, anymore, man. This has been such a long story.
Yeah. Machinations. Yeah. I got you, boo.
Machination.
Machination. Like a macadamia nut cookie. At least those are nice. Unlike this story. Had he caught on to Maria's machinations sooner, things would not have turned out as they did. But he was much too late. Maria! Why would you do this? Clenching the letter from his wife, Jacopo stormed out of the shed in search of Maria. But she was not in the room assigned to her. Where are you? Where have you gone? Maria! Several maids were roused from their slumber by the racket, but no one had the courage to speak up as the master of the house frantically charged through the halls. Eventually, he arrived to his own chamber. He was certain he had closed the door before leaving, but now a sliver of light shone through the gap between it and the frame. From within the room, he thought he could sense someone's presence. When he opened the door, there he saw, comfortably perched upon his own chair,
Maria.
A woman.
I've been waiting, Jacopo. Okay, yes, Miss Queen.
Get your
that you
candy
think
cane
you want.
Christmas-looking outfit out of here.
Candy cane Merry Christmas. Oh, we don't get to keep seeing her? Okay, whatever.
I don't care. I don't want to see her ugly face.
Nice room you got here. Though, I guess that's only natural, you being the man of the house and all. All these fancy furnishings. You do know this stuff's too good for you, right? And then me, I get that barren little maid's room. Drives me up the wall. So hey, Jacopo. Okay, I was not expecting this kind of music.
Yeah, we're about to have a throwdown?
I know, it's like Final Boss music. Like, okay, let's kill her.
I hate her outfit. Christmas is over, lady.
Get your days straight, lady. Clear the air with your little lady yet?
Maria!
I love that look on your face. I'm guessing you didn't make things better then.
You know, good and well, that she's not even here anymore.
Well, yeah, but I still want to hear you say it, you know. I want to hear from your own mouth that you couldn't keep a leash on your woman, so you locked her up, drove her mad, broke her down, and then she ran away from you. Go on, say something. Climb back up on your high horse and start shouting like you always do.
Why, Maria, why would you do this?
Why? Why do you think?
Okay.
Because I freaking despise you! I'd been trying to figure out how I wanted to end things, but then they just fell apart on their own. The fates are smiling down upon me, I guess.
Nonsense! She was waiting for me until the day of the joining ceremony. And I was going to see her on that day. You knew the ceremony had been postponed.
That's what you get for putting it all in my hands. For thinking I'm the only one on your side. What? Did you think I'd just tell her like a good little maid? Not a chance in ever. I mean, talk about some fantastic news. You both picked the same day, but you've got the dates different. Absolutely perfect.
Maria, is that how you've always felt? How long have you had this grudge against me?
How long? How long? How gosh dense can you be? Oh, sorry. I don't
Like, did you want to respond to that?
I don't know what I'm doing anymore, girl. These like animation moments of like comic book animations are really throwing me off. I'm just like in awe, and so I'm just like, Maria, what are you doing next? Must be nice living in your little fantasy world, Jacopo. And this is the next Capo Familia. Oh my gosh, my sides!
So you've always hated me?
At the very least. I loathed you since the minute we had our reunion. At first, I did try to convince myself that you had your reasons. Didn't make it feel any less unfair, though. You had all your money and all your power and everything else you stole from me. And then you go and get hitched to this pretty little lady. Oh, don't try to act like you're the victim here. This is all on you.
Her eyes are freaking me out.
Do you have any idea how I felt? Fallen from grace made your maid? Having to suck up to you? Do you have any idea how infuriating that was? Or did you think I didn't know anything? Did you think I didn't suspect anything? If you did, then you've got your head way up in the clouds.
So you were...
Oh.
Calm it, Maria. So you were motivated by your grudge against my family, the Bervezzettis?
Precisely! That's exactly it. Your father wanted so badly to be the Capofamilia, wanted so badly to be in power, that he murdered my dad and grandpa. They say it was a carriage accident, but the ground was all torn in heck where it happened. You want to tell me what kind of carriage accident causes it to explode? As soon as my dad and grandpa died, your dad took over the Capofamilia. The balance of power in the factions began to change. My family, and anyone with ties to the Capofamilia, was either exterminated or exiled. The Bervezzettis took control of the city. My grandpa's Koska became your Koska. No one in their right mind would be naive enough to think the Bervezzettis didn't have a hand in that. The great Campanilla family bitten by their pet dog. Except the dog had rabies. And as a result in time, that lush, historic land will wither away and die. My dad and grandpa buried in that dried up earth are screaming in their graves even now. You can't prove me wrong, can you, Jacopo? And now, first in line to be the next Capofamilia is you, his son. Naturally. Feels pretty good, don't it? Slaughtering my family, leaving us to wallow in the mud, while you live here like a king. Because of what your family did, I don't have a home to go back to anymore. No house, no prestige. I have nothing left. And that's outrageous! The Campanillas were supposed to run that city, but instead, you filthy bears that eat curs are crawling over it like some kind of infestation. I am legitimate Campanilla, and I'm stuck being your maid. If I hadn't been born a woman, I could have become the Capofamilia after my dad and grandpa died. But because I'm a woman, I couldn't retaliate. I just had to sit on my hands and watch the tragedy unfold. It was absolutely miserable. So I had to make you suffer as well. I had to make you I had to make you twice as miserable as I was. You had no reason to hate anyone but me. Oh, sorry.
I got lost in it too. I'm like, what does she mean?
I know, that's what I got. I was like, what?
You had no reason to hate anyone but me. Why did you make her a part of this? Did you have some grudge against her too?
Not particularly. I actually rather liked the Madame. Sweet, pretty, kind-hearted, timid, and fragile. Trusted every word I said. A splendid little toy.
You thought of her as your toy?
Now, can you really call me out for that? You can't. You have no right. You never cared one bit about anyone else. They're all footstools to you. It's a little too late to find yourself a sense of morality. This whole thing, it could have been avoided if you two had a single conversation.
Honestly.
But instead, the two of you come crawling to me saying you're my only ally, Maria. How dense can you be?
That's what I'm saying.
Of course. I keep stealing all the lines. I need water. Hold on.
Okay. Drama. I mean, at least it got more interesting.
Yeah.
It was too painful waiting back and forth.
Yeah, and then just feeling like you needed to punch everyone in the face and just,
Of course. I thought you were my ally. I trusted you, as I'm sure she did too.
Then you should get your eyes examined, because you can't see a thing!
Maria.
My gosh, it was beautiful! The way you two blindly trusted me, creating your own misunderstandings and causing your own pain. How you could never seem to get on the same page. Watching it all fall apart.
Maria. Is that everything? The extent of your grudge and all you did?
Yep. That's everything. All that's left is for me to kill you.
Oh.
There's her gun. Did she change outfits? Like, wait,
No,
hold on.
that's the same outfit.
Okay.
Sure, she's just pumping.
She's got a lot of boobies.
Gosh, I wasn't gonna say it directly, but until you.
Oh, you can't say that. You can't say
Exclamation point.
Hold still now. I wouldn't want to miss.
Maria, you! Does our past mean nothing to you? Was that oath just an empty promise? How could it, when you remember it so clearly?
Fine. I'll explain it for our little romantic boy. Bad grown-ups will take advantage of good memories. It's time. I finally return this to you, Jacopo. That cartridge you gave me, packed with your disgusting sentimentality. Okay, she shot right off the bat.
I mean,
okay.
finally, most people monologue too long.
That's true. Oh, you didn't give a death noise, I just skipped it.
Oh, well, we can just do this now. Okay, whatever. We're gonna stick with that? That was a joke. Okay.
Killing you ain't the end, though. Oh, you Berzati curs. I'll send every last one of you straight to hell. My revenge has just begun.
Even if you had been a man, you wouldn't have been a suitable Camp of Amelia.
You should.
You should. You should have aimed between my eyes, Maria!
Jacobo!
Oh! Oh!
Oh!
No!
She's finally dead? Why?
How is she still talking?
Why is she wondering why?
In a panic, I pulled the trigger, and from the barrel, a bullet went flying. Quite literally right between her eyes. Would anyone ever believe me? If I said this wasn't how I wanted things to turn out?
Oh, we had to go back here.
Yeah, I don't care. I have no... I just want the girl. I want our girl back.
The rain just keeps on coming. Wonder if we'll be able to go home today. Hey, Jacopino! Say something, you little wuss.
But be quiet. You're gonna give me a headache.
The lightning's way louder than me.
Ugh!
Ah! You jumped, Jacopino. You're such a baby.
You jump too. Stop calling me that.
Don't be scared. Don't cry.
I'm not crying. Your eyes are damp too.
I'm not crying. Not at all. Not one bit.
Liar.
There's no end to this rain, is there?
I'm fine if it doesn't stop. There's nothing at home for me.
You don't want to go home? Your parents don't get along, huh?
That's got nothing to do with it.
Liar.
You got it good. Everyone loves your grandpa. Whenever anyone needs something, they come to him. Now there's a great man.
Huh? How'd my grandpa become part of this?
Ah, the reason.
Not everyone likes him. He gets just as much hate as love. Grandpa's not a really model citizen. He's mostly just shrewd. Are you jealous?
I'm not. My old man is, though.
Huh? Is he now? Well, your dad's got his good points too, I think. Like, I don't know. He seems like the kind of man who can accomplish big things. Though, he seems a lot stricter than my grandpa. Oh, come on, I don't get you. What are you clamming up for?
No reason.
If you don't want to go home, then how about we go somewhere far away from here?
Huh?
Once it stops raining, let's get out of here. Head up to the capital, find some work. We can make it work, the two of us. Oh, and we'll bring Nero, of course.
If we could, that would be nice. Break free of this city and its outdated traditions. Head somewhere bigger, more forward-thinking. If only it were possible. It's alright, Maria. I know you're just joking. We wouldn't be able to find work anyway. If the two of us ran off, we'd be starving in a month. You'd have to be blind not to see that.
Right.
Let's go home once the rain lets up.
Yeah, once it does. But until then... I know, let's sing! No, I don't need more of that back from Nelly. Oh. Sing even louder than the lightning! Then maybe you'll stop crying, Jacopino!
I'm not crying!
Come on, let's sing! La 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 lero, la la lero, la la lero, la 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 lero, la la.
No! I didn't think I'd actually have to do it! I gotta follow you somehow.
I don't know, good luck.
La la lero, la lero, la lero, la lero, la lero, la lero, la la.
I honestly stopped reading and just made my own thing at one point.
Maria, I may not put it into words, but I trust you understand that I consider you a dear friend. Shoot, I didn't think he'd come back.
Yeah, I didn't think so
a silly
either.
voice.
You were like low.
Listen to me, Jacopino. Oh shoot.
Only Maria calls him that.
Listen to me, Jacopo. My actions were justified. I did what I did for the betterment of this city, this land. The Campanellas are too conservative. Under their control, this country will atrophy. Progress will continue to lose steam. If we don't push forward, we'll fall farther and farther behind. Before long, you will be made the next Capo Familia. But until that day, you will cross over to the New World and establish the Cosca there. Unify us, bolster us, make us strong. I'll handle things back here. I won't let the Campanellas try and strike back.
Yeah, you kinda messed up, buddy. well, I guess that's why she said they killed them all.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
It really is. What? You want Maria to?
Oh,
It's too dangerous to keep a Campanella so close by. She has to be taken care of. If you insist. But do not let your guard down. Betrayal is a constant companion in this world. I'm giving you my revolver. Keep it on you at all times. Glory everlasting upon our blood. And upon this earth. The best I can give you is a job as my maid. If I show you any more obvious...
Oh, he wanted to give him better treatment, but he couldn't because he was being watched by the Cosca.
If I show you any more obviously preferential treatment, the Berezettis are liable to step in. Money, power, respect, and enough authority to not take orders from anyone. I thought that if I could obtain all of that, I'd be able to give you your freedom. And her as well. I wanted to give you both comfortable lives. But none of that got through to either of you. Because you never knew how to speak, you dumb, imbecile, bumble, boy, da, butu. I'm so...
Oh, he's all bloodied up.
Yeah, he got shot too.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, good for him.
Good for him.
Ugh. Everything is slipping through my fingers. Her love, my friendship with Maria, both of their smiles.
Master! Master! What was that sound? Ah! So much blood! Maria! What happened this time?
You keep getting stuck witnessing the worst things.
What?
Call a doctor.
Someone with tight lips. Do not call the police. And don't make a scene, got it? If so, then go on.
Yes, sir!
Right. Not everything has slipped from my grasp. My money and influence are all that's left.
That is what you wanted, though, is it not? You sought money and power, no?
Aren't you going to go?
Yes, I will. But first, I would like to ask you something. What do you intend to do from here?
What am I gonna do? Exactly the same as before. There is but one thing for me to do.
I see. Will you eventually find solace in your riches? The way I see it, money and power can be your ally, but they can become your enemy in the blink of an eye. If you do not put them into words, your feelings will never make it through to anyone. For unlike money, humans are not measurable by their appearance.
Preach it, girl.
He had failed to communicate to anyone what he had held within his breast. He was chained down by his place in society, his pride, his relationships, and his own heart. And at some point, he found himself in a position where he was no longer able to speak his mind. After enough time, he likely forgot how to be genuine at all. Or perhaps, someone like him simply would not, even if they knew how. In any event, there are many things in this world that cannot be communicated without being put into words. How sad that his tale should end without him expressing how he truly felt. How hard it must have been to never clear up his misunderstanding. After Jacopo's confrontation with Maria, the Pacific Railroad was completed as scheduled. Celebratory cheers shook the new world as the last spike had driven into the rails. Jacopo, however, could not even manage a smile listening to the telegraph. And I'm sure you can take a guess as to why. The people with whom he wished to share that moment with were not there. Shortly following her death, Jacopo held a private funeral for Maria. Then, he commenced a search for the white-haired girl. Why didn't you do it sooner, you imbecile? You know how stupid that is?
Yeah.
Like,
A little late there, buddy, but okay.
you know, that's... I thought he learned the first time of this whole ordeal.
Yeah.
That waiting was...
Not a good idea.
cannot feel bad for him.
I mean, at most he waited a few days, so probably didn't wait that long. But
That's
like,
still too long. Who knows where she is, how far she's going, where she got stuck, if someone got her
yeah,
in not a good position.
yeah.
You never know. Like, whatever.
I'm sure she couldn't have gotten that far with her frail body.
Yeah, she probably died and got eaten.
Yeah.
Anyway. But he did not do so alone. He hired others to help, did everything in his power to find her, tirelessly searching for many, many years. However, he was never able to locate her. And he spent the remainder of his life alone. Money, power, renown, servants. The world around him was always quite lively. But solitude was his only companion. He waited, and waited, and he waited for the white-haired girl to return. The years crawled by, and with no family or loved ones at his side to care for him in his old age, he died alone.
Wow. Oh, we can hear see the front of his mouth.
You're really gonna do this to me like this?
Really gonna do this to me like this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That was the first time Elle got away from the mansion. Did she get away? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Maria even killed her.
That was spooky.
What happened?
There's a noise outside.
I didn't hear.
Some, like, wailing.
Oh, the ghost.
I mean, even then, I don't think... Yeah, you're right. She probably didn't get far. I think she did die. Somewhere in the forest or something.
I mean, she was already... When she was leaving the mansion, she was already in really rough shape. She couldn't even see anymore. Like, it was becoming blurry. Like, yeah. The door before you slowly drew shut. You could no longer hear the ruckus sounds of the men from within the den. The faint scent of cigarette smoke, however, lingered in the air. Staring vaguely at the closed door, you noticed something was amiss. The maid, who you have been holding your hand, was no longer at your side.
Where'd I go?
Abigail, where'd you go? You glanced around, but she was nowhere in sight. Down the corridor stretched only darkness. Not having anticipated this, you were unsure how to react.
What's the matter? You lost?
Whoa, this isn't her. She doesn't speak like that.
No. Did we get a new maid to guide us around?
What's the matter? You lost? You trying to take in your sights? I don't know. Who do you want to voice this?
I'll let you until we find out if it is a person we know.
Beep
or...
bop boop bop, okay. What's the matter? You lost or you just trying to take in the sights?
A voice called out to you, but it was not the maid's voice. Caught off guard, you spun around, confused, in search of the source.
Where are you looking? I'm over here. Yeah, there you go. A little more to your left.
Following the voice's instructions, you find yourself facing a wall.
You look like you've just seen a ghost, yeah?
I'm scared. Sorry, go ahead.
You look like you've just seen a ghost. Hey now, come on, don't turn away. Yep, you got it. I'm the one talking to you.
The voice was coming from within the painting. When you had passed by this wall on your way to the third door, a magnificent This was the painting. Oh, this was the painting that we passed by and that we were like, we have no time for this painting, so let's keep going because we have to go to the door.
Oh.
We looked at it for a second, yeah, before we went to the third door. When you passed by this wall on your way to the third door, a magnificent landscape painting had been hanging there. But now the canvas was a deep shade of black, as if it had been dipped into a vat of ink. Oh,
It's a man?
Okay. Should we just leave it and just be like...